welcome to another classic guitar video. Tonight is going to be part 2 of the 2010 Dean MLX. So let's just get right into it. It should finish up fairly quickly since we're more than half done. And let's go ahead and have a look at it and get her done. Okay, well, here it is in all its glory. So we stopped at finishing the back, and we're just going to go ahead and do the neck, the tuners, and put the setup on it, and then we'll be done with it. So we should get this done in less than an hour, so let's get right to it. Let's get down and dirty with this. Down and dirty. Yeah. So here it is, the Dean MLX 2010. Pretty cool guitar in my estimation. Let's go ahead and we'll do the back of the neck. We'll stop at the headstock because the finish starts to get satin once it gets past the neck, past the headstock rather. So we will go ahead and finish that aspect of it. Oh yeah, real nice. Real nice. I'll go ahead and move the camera view for you so you can see what I'm doing.
It was the Corvette colony.
And I'll do the tuners. And the tuners aren't corroded or anything, so they shouldn't take too long to do. We'll just go ahead and give them kind of a light polishing here.
I still feel at one with your family just as I did 8 decades ago. I hope one day you'll embrace me as a brother again.
Brother? Oh, brother, sister, what's the difference? We're all here now. Speak to us, gang. Where is he? Where did you find the albino?
7 years ago, on Deus 4, I met one of the albino's discarded wives. I fed
Roller tuners, so they're pretty good quality
I told her
tuners.
the story of our sons. She still feared him and told me nothing. 3 months ago she died. A week afterward, an amulet she wore around her neck was delivered to me by messenger. In it
Man,
was a location.
I love these Dean MLXs and MLs. They're pretty cool. They're relatively cheap. Although they do make versions of this that are well over $1,000, so it just depends on what one you want. If you want a real cheap one, you can get one for about $125 used. I think they even make new ones that are just about $125 too. But you can get a better version, good used one for the $125 or so.
The traders may already have warned him if we are coming. They will never warn anyone ever again.
Oh yeah, tuners coming out nice.
We will reach the albino, and when we do, I will cut his heart out and eat it while he watches me with his dying breath.
Well, that's saying a lot, isn't it? I'm watching my usual Star Trek shows at this time.
You're watching Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Join the conversation on Twitter with hashtag #AllStarTrek.
Whatever there is, I want to hear it.
Only on H&I. The Incline Trainer, it inspires you. Hey, my name is Adam. I lost over 35 pounds.
My name is Nina, and I lost 37.7 pounds.
My name's Kimbrough. I lost 37.
Yeah, these are pretty nice quality. And they're in really good condition, so I don't have to do a whole heck of a lot in terms of cleaning them.
Just felt terrible about myself. Be the right thing to come along.
Just give it a light rub down with no polish on the back of the headstock, because the back of the headstock from here on is completely satin finish, and from here on is kind of a semi-gloss, or a semi-satin gloss, if you will. So there we go on that. I'll pick this sucker up, and these are kind of odd to pick up, so you have to kind of be careful. They're kind of odd shaped, you know. And I'm going to do the top. Do the top of the tuners. It was raining and very cold all day. It was about 52 degrees during the day today, and raining all day, so I didn't get to do any work outside or play outside. Really, per se.
If you're looking for the perfect holiday gift for someone special to you, give a gift that will be truly appreciated.
Yeah,
The
okay.
Omaha Steaks favorite gift package.
That's pretty good.
$232.
We can go ahead and put the
74% off only on this special holiday offer. The people on your nice list will
put the
receive tender, mouth-watering filet mignon
knobs back on,
for extra thick
and then start the
premium boneless chicken breast.
setup on it already.
Juicy Omaha Steaks
So we're doing pretty good.
stuffed baked potatoes and
We're making good time.
straight to your home or the destination.
Not that I'm in a rush or anything, but
Won't forget to anybody on your holiday list. As a special holiday gift to you, if you order right now, we'll include
just has kind of standard Gibson type knobs, if you will.
You get it all. Omaha Steaks favorite gift package, a $232 value for just $59.99. Give everyone a gift they can appreciate. Give them the favorite gift package from Omaha Steaks today.
I did not know, of course.
About Curzon.
I did not want to risk contacting you by subspace.
Don't blame you. That's how the albino lizards were coming to Galvin.
He has ears that reach across the galaxy. I don't know how. Tell me about my good friend Curzon. Did he die an honorable death?
He died in a hospital room, yelling at doctors and friends who were trying to keep him alive. For one more miserable day.
That's a pity. He was a good man who deserved to die in battle. It pains me to
Okay.
die alone.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good here.
Curzon was decorated many times for his diplomatic achievements.
So we'll make sure everything is back in place. We'll check the nut.
For a Klingon to choose
This is a good time to dry lube the nut while it's off, and then I won't get any of the powder on the guitar I just polished. What I do, typically with the nut on the guitar, I will take my dry lube, which is piano lube, and put just a tiny bit in each groove. You don't need to even squeeze the bottle, it will come out naturally because the powder of this is so ultra fine, it's even more so than baby powder.
From my long friendship with Curzon. And I know that each new host has no obligation to pass commitments.
And then just take my finger and just very gently wipe off the excess and put the nut back.
The old Klingon ways are passing. There was a time when I was a young man. The mere mention of a Klingon empire made worlds tremble. Now, our warriors are opening restaurants and serving rat to the grandchildren of men I slaughtered in battle. Things are not what they used to be. Not even a blood oath.
I know you, Kang. You don't believe that.
What I believe is no longer relevant. You are released from Curzon's oath. You owe nothing to any of us.
Seems that
Are you still
reading a plasma leak in lower pylon 1? I can't seem to find it now.
It's been intermittent.
There we go. It was twisted a little. Come on.
Kira,
Uh-huh.
how many people did you kill
What?
while you were in the underground?
Too many.
Were they all faceless Cardassians? Or did you know who you were killing?
Why are we talking about this?
If it bothers you, we can stop.
It bothers me.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Why?
Are you thinking about killing somebody?
Okay, you just grab the string, put tension back on it. I'm going to have to rewrap a couple of these because a couple of the
I don't know what you're talking
turns are up over each other or under each other, so I'm going to have to kind of re-wrap a couple here. Just not a big deal.
80 years ago.
Most people do not wrap their guitar strings correctly around the tuning pegs, so
3 clean warships.
So, I just redo it is all, not a big deal.
The mission was successful. Most of them were captured. But the albino escaped. In his last message to the Klingons, he promised to take revenge on the firstborn of each of the 3 captains. A few years later, he kept his word. Somehow, he infected 3 innocent children with a genetic virus that killed them. One of them was my guts.
Okay, that's one.
Jetty. That was Curzon's guts. I took a blood oath
To avenge his death.
Curzon took a blood oath.
I can still remember the boy's funeral. He was named Dax for me.
You found this albino.
We know where he is. The 3 Klingons came here to tell me.
You said yourself, every life worth it has to be a life. If not,
Shoot.
it's forever.
Yeah, the nut came off.
I didn't expect you to do this.
Okay, I'm gonna have to do it a different one. Because the nut came off.
They say I have no obligation to them. But I do. I know it. I feel it. If not to them, I owe it to her. Jadzia.
Our question is about my experience with killing, if you're wondering what it's like. When you take someone's life, you lose a part of your own as well.
Brr.
Or am I doomed to choose between perfection?
Let me spare you that decision.
Okay. I'll get it.
To the rescue. Dax and the AI presents the Eastern Realm. Students of Klingon history.
Would you excuse us for a minute?
My students. Well, you certainly don't share Curzon's priorities.
About going after the albino, I do. Kang and Koloth don't want me to come with you.
Okay, thinks too much. Koloth doesn't feel enough.
And where do you stand?
Oh, of course you should come. A splendid fighting, killing bloodbath and the cause of vengeance. Who wouldn't want to come?
Would you speak to them for me? means far more to me than I realized.
Torvald spends all his time practicing the hollow slits. He listens to no one. And if Kane's made up his mind, there's nothing I can do.
And you call yourself a history teacher? What of your own history? You are core to Harmaster.
Interesting.
Huge eclectic hill Brock.
I'm gonna have to. I can't finish this guitar tonight. I'm gonna have to glue the nut in because it's moving. Yeah, there's not copacetic. Dang. Dang it, dang it, dang it.
My memories are still of core. A great warrior.
Maybe I won't. I take that back. Maybe I won't. We'll see. I'll keep. Keep tuning it up and see if I have to.
Nice of you to stop.
See if I'll have to do it. I don't know.
I'm coming with you.
It's a floating nut, so sometimes you can get away without gluing it.
That's a lie. When you agree that I can fulfill my part of the oath.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to glue it because it moves too much. Shoot.
I want to cling on back.
Yeah, that's not good.
Take
Okay.
116 centimeters weight, 3 kilos, with an exterior hand gripping diameter of 5 centimeters. Blades, composite backend.
A warrior's configuration. Now what are you going to do with it? Should slip and you should die.
Your hand would never slip, unless you become
I'm gonna have to glue the nut. I didn't want to, but that means I won't be able to finish the guitar tonight, which really stinks. Okay. I'm gonna have to make this part 3 video, I'm afraid, because I am. That really sucks. But it is what it is, and that's what it is. So I'm going to have to glue this mother sucker. It's alright, it's not that big of a deal to me. I'll just do it and that'll be it. If I can get the glue open, that is. I'll put a ample amount. Then I'll have to reapply my dry lube because I've been schmutzing around with it.
It was regularly $30. Now only $8. Tired of soggy meatloaf cooked in fat and grease? Now there's the Copper Chef Perfect Loaf Pan. Bake, roast, serve, and store all in one pan that lets air circulate and fat and grease drain away. All for only $8. Boiling eggs in a giant pot is a real chore. Too soft, too hard, and things get messy when you peel off the shell. But the Copper Chef Perfect Egg Maker circulates steam easily to make perfect hard-boiled eggs. Regularly $40. Now $8.
No biggie. Just it happens. You just make when you're gluing your nut, you just make sure it's dead center, and you check. You come back and check it before the glue hardens and dries. Because if the nut shifts, then you'll have to break the seal on the glue and re-glue it again. So I'm just gonna sit here and hold my fingers over it for a minute or so.
Hurry over to CopperChefDeals.com and save over 80% right now. Each Copper Chef cookware item is only $8 with free shipping, but only through this special sale.
Well, that's a shame.
CopperChefDeals.com and get yours today.
I really wanted to finish this guitar tonight. But it's alright. Not a big deal. I mean,
it changed everything. It changed my world. To this day, I get compliments on my hair all the time. I feel over the moon with happiness and joy. I love my hair.
I'll just set this guitar aside and yeah, I'll have to bust out something else and start a new video for another guitar maybe. I don't know.
Open your eyes.
Wow, that's crazy. See that much hair, that full. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would definitely give it a 10. It's been literally about maybe a month or so since
Yeah, it
I've had
happens.
more hair, and a lot of things have changed.
It's going to be a really short video.
So it definitely makes me feel a little bit more
Going 23 minutes.
a little bit more. I'm completely
We'll probably
satisfied.
stop it right at half an hour and then decide if I want to start in on another guitar tonight. I have to think about which one I want to start on. I don't even know.
Proven and backed by over 500,000 satisfied customers across North America. Hair Club has over 120 Hair Club locations
I have to think about what guitar I could do here. I don't know, it's already late. I got an hour late start tonight too, so it's like, the guitar is turning out real nice. I'm pretty happy with it. Somebody be very happy to get this guitar if I put it up for sale. I haven't decided yet. I probably will, but I don't know yet. If I do put it up for sale, it'll probably be at a full pot price. It'll take a little longer to sell, but I'll get my price. I always get my price on a guitar, always. I have never not been able to get my price on a guitar, ever. So, I don't know. We'll see. I gotta think and see what guitar I can do next. I don't even know. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll think a minute. I've got a bunch of guitars to do. It's not that I don't. It's just I need to think of what one I want to do next.
The words do not fit in your mouth.
You said that to me before, okay? Do you remember?
I do not wish to discuss it.
So we'll see. I don't know yet.
The Corvat colony. First day of negotiations. I walked out of
Oh,
long-winded speech of yours.
yeah.
On your face.
Just to reiterate, this is a Dean,
To show their backs
a 2010 Dean MLX. pretty cool.
very
I
angry
like these
over
Dean
my mission
MLXs.
to
I
succeed.
think they're pretty neat.
Getting you angry with me
That's why I have so many of them. I've got like 14 of these or so. I think maybe more. Maybe 16 or 17 actually.
And he also understood what he was doing when he took a Klingon blood oath. You can't expect me to stay here and avenge my own godson's murder. You can't ask me to live with that kind of dishonor.
I have to think of what guitar I can do next. Boy, that really sucks that a nut is holding me up from finishing it.
You dishonor yourself already, Kang, by placing your
Oh, well.
honor above mine. No Klingon warrior would leave a comrade behind while he goes off to battle. Perhaps
The
you're
microphone's a little crooked.
right. Klingon honor isn't what it used to be.
Are you trying to anger me again? You think the same trick would work twice?
I understand Klingons.
All right then. It worked. Come and fight with us. Come and be brave.
Come in. I was just about to come see you.
No.
No what?
No leave of absence.
Kira shouldn't have told you.
Kira is my first officer.
I don't have to tell
I
you.
remember what these knobs are from.
She objects to the note too when she
Ay,
joins
ay,
Starfleet.
ay.
You're subject to orders, Lieutenant.
Don't do it, Benjamin. Don't make me disobey a direct order.
And I gotta try to remember what the
I mean, goes on was he did have a
bridge is to.
fundamental
I got some
malady.
parts sitting over here that I've been trying to figure out what guitar they go to. On the project I took apart, and it's like I'm usually very good at remembering, but
Their own set of laws.
for some reason that bridge is eluding me.
I've chosen to respect the codes of honor in this matter, yes.
You really think you're capable of doing this?
I don't know. There's only one way to find out, isn't there?
Let's say you even survive this insanity. Expect to come back here and resume your duties as though nothing's happened.
I guess that'll be up to you.
Yeah. Okay, I'll check the adjustment, make sure it didn't shift. Press down on it a little more again. The weather's cold, so it's gonna take longer to dry. It's 62.5 degrees in here right now. I like it. I like rooms cold. Even in the wintertime, I like rooms cold. Rather be cold than hot. 'Cause at least if it's cold, you can put something on, or a blanket over you, or a sweater on, and be warm. But if it's overly hot, then there ain't. You could strip naked and you're still hot. That's what I always say.
At this point in my life, I've learned what I like and what I don't. I like my coffee strong, my eggs scrambled, and my playlist, good old rock and roll. You know what I don't like? The way most wireless companies charge so much. So I switched to consumer cellular.
I've got a certain way I like things. Right, Morgan? I like consumer cellular. We get reliable coverage and no hassle to me.
Because now we share a plan. Consumer
Don't worry, all.
For $25 a month, I get unlimited talk and text. And their flexible data plan means I only pay for what I need. Plus, they're an approved AARP provider since 2008,
Okay.
offering exclusive discounts to AARP members. Consumer Cellular is rated most
Alright.
best value by people 50 plus. Plans start as low as $15 a month with no contracts.
Alright everyone, thank you for joining me on this classic guitar video. This is part 2 of the 2010 Dean MLX. I'm going to have to cut it short because I have to glue the nut overnight, shifting on me. So fortunately I'm going to have to glue it, which I just did, and like I said, let it sit overnight, and I will finish it tomorrow in a part 3. And so thank you, and we will see you next time.
Mr. Taxi